Good morning students. Welcome back to English class. Students, today we are going to see a new chapter in grammar, that is adverbs. All of you take the page number 76 in grammar. Students, today's concept is adverb. What do you mean by adverb? Okay, before going to see this concept, let us discuss about verbs. What do you mean by verb? We know very well that a verb is an action word. Then what about adverbs? Already answer is there in the given topic. An adverb is a word which tells us more about a verb. It means adverb is also a word. It gives more information about a verb. Not only a verb, it gives more information about an adjective and another adverb also. Now, what is mean by adverb? An adverb is a word. It gives more information about a verb, an adjective and another adverb also. And one more thing, adverbs end in ly. Adverbs end in ly, but some adverbs are not like that. Some adverbs end in ly and some exception cases are also there. Students, let us see some examples here. Look at the given example. Sheba danced beautifully. What is an example? Sheba danced beautifully. We know very well that Sheba is a subject. What is the verb? The verb is danced and the adverb is beautifully, because we are giving more information about the verb. How she danced. How did she dance here? She danced beautifully. And one more thing I said, adverbs end in ly. Okay students, let's move to the next example, that is the dog is walking slowly. Here it raises the question as how the dog is walking. How it is walking. It is walking slowly. So the verb is walking and the adverb is slowly, because we are giving more information about the verb is walking. So in the given sentence, verb is walking and adverb is slowly. Students, now we are going to see the types of adverb. In this chapter, we are going to see basic types of adverb. Let us see. The first one is adverbs of manner. And the second one, adverbs of place. Third one, adverbs of time. And the last one, adverbs of frequency. How many types are there? Just 4 types. 4 basic types. One is adverbs of manner, adverbs of place, adverbs of time, and the last one, adverbs of frequency. Students, now we are going to see the first type in detail, that is adverbs of manner. What do you mean by adverbs of manner? We know that adverbs, it means it gives more information about the verb. Then what about adverbs of manner? Adverbs of manner tells us how something was done. It means adverbs of manner tells us the manner or the way in which something happens. They answer the question how. Already we said that how something was done. Let us see an example here. The man shouted angrily. The given example is the man shouted angrily. Okay students, find out the verb. Yes, you are right. The verb is shouted. Then adverb. Yes, you are right. The adverb is angrily. And one more thing, just notice that here it answers the question as how did the man shout? How did the man shout? The answer is the man shouted angrily. It means it gives additional information about the verb. Now we are going to see one more example. Look here. He speaks slowly. The given example is he speaks slowly. The verb is speaks and the adverb is slowly. And one more thing, notice that here it raises the question as how does he speak? How does he speak? So the answer is he speaks slowly. How does he speak? So now we are going to give some more information about the verb as he speaks slowly. The adverb is slowly. Students, now we are going to see how to form adverbs from adjectives. Before going to see this concept, let us discuss about adjectives. What do you mean by adjectives? Already we have learned this concept. Adjective or words used to describe a noun. Yes or no? Yes, adjectives or words used to describe a noun. Then what do you mean by adverbs? Adverbs are also words used to describe or gives more information about verbs, adjectives and another adverb also. Okay, let us see the first rule. Add ly to an adjective. It means we are going to add ly to an adjective. Let us see some examples here. Look at the first one. The given example is cheap. Cheap is an adjective. When we add ly to this adjective, it became cheaply. Let us move to the second example, that is slow. Slow is an adjective. When we add ly to this adjective slow, it became slowly. Okay, I hope you understood. When we add ly to the adjective, it will become adverb. Okay students, let's move to the second rule. If an adjective ends in y, we should add ILY. If an adjective ends with the letter y, we should remove the letter y and add ILY. Let us see some examples here. The first one is easy. What is the last letter? Y. Already I said that if an adjective ends with the letter y, what we should do? Remove the letter y and add ILY. It became easily. The same thing, the same rule we are going to follow for the second one also. Let us see the second one, lucky. What is the last letter? It is y. What we should do now? Remove the last letter y and add ILY. It became luckily. Not only for these two, whatever words ends with the letter y, we should remove the last letter y and add ILY to become an adverb. Okay students, let us see the next rule. Ends in IC and add ALLY. It means when an adjective ends with the letters IC, we should add ALLY. Okay, again I am repeating. If an adjective ends with the letters IC, if an adjective ends with the letters IC, we should add ALLY. Then it became adverb. Okay, let us see some examples. Then you can easily understand. Look at the first one, basic. Basic is an adjective. Okay, look at the last letters IC. The word basic ends with IC. Okay, when we add ALLY to this adjective, it became adverb. That is basically. Let us move to the next one, economic. Economic is an adjective. Look at the last letter. It ends with IC. When we add ALLY to this adjective, it became an adverb. That is economically. Okay, one more rule is there. Some exception cases also, they do not follow any rules. They have same form. For example, fast, hard, etc. It can be used as adjective as well as adverb also. Let us see the first example. It is a fast car. It is a fast car. Here the noun is car and the fast is adjective, because already we know that adjective describes a noun. Here we are describing the noun as fast. We are describing the noun car as fast. So here fast is an adjective. Let us see the next example. He drives fast. Here we used fast as an adverb because we describes the verb here. Okay, we are giving more information about verb, not noun. So in the first example, the word fast acts as an adjective. In the second example, the word fast acts as an adverb. So this is an exceptional case. The same word will be used as adjective and adverb also, but adjective means it usually comes before noun, but adverb it usually comes after noun. Okay students, now we are going to do the exercises. Before going to do the main exercise, let us do a small warm-up activity. All of you take the page number 76. Okay, look at the warm-up activity. Complete the dialogues by using the words given in the box. 3 dialogues are given, but it is not completed. So what we should do? We have to take the correct answer from the given box. Okay, one helping box is also there. 3 words are there. What are the words? Carefully, softly, everywhere. Okay. Look at the first dialogue. Can't you sing? Dash. I am studying. 3 options are there. Which one is suitable for the first dialogue? Can't you sing? Dash. I am studying. Yes, you are right. Can't you sing? Softly. I am studying. Okay, let us move to the second dialogue. I have searched dash. I cannot find my notebook. So remaining 2 options are there. One is carefully and another one is everywhere. Which one is correct for the second one? I have searched dash. I cannot find my notebook. Carefully or everywhere? Yes, you're right. The answer is everywhere. I have searched everywhere. I cannot find my notebook. Okay, let us move to the last one. Walk dash. There is a hole. Okay, we know that one option is there, that is carefully. Walk carefully. There is a hole. Okay students, the words we use to complete the sentences, they are adverbs. We know very well that we have used 3 options in the given dialogues. The 3 words are adverbs. Students, now we are going to do the first exercise, that is fill in the blanks using the given adverbs. Look here, one helping box is there. Some words are given, not words, some adverbs are given inside the box. Let us see what are they. Once, there, now, after, never, easily, quietly, nearly. These are the adverbs given inside the box. Okay, let us do the first one. His sister was sleeping, so he had to walk dash. So which option is correct for the first one? Okay, let us start from the first option. Once, is it right? No. There, is it right? No. Now? No, it's wrong. After? No. Never? No. Easily? No. Quietly? Yes. Quietly is the correct answer for the first one, because read the sentence again. His sister was sleeping. He had to walk quietly. It means silently. So the first answer is quietly. Okay, let's move to the second one. I dash saw a snake in our garden. Okay, remaining 7 options are there. We have to choose any one from the 7. Once, yes, you're right. I once saw a snake in our garden. Let us move to the third one. I will go to bed dash I watch this film. What is the answer? Remaining 2 options are left. Remaining 6 are there. We can choose any one from the 6. Okay, is it there? No. Now? No. After? Yes, I will go to bed after I watch this film. Yes, you're right. And the fourth one, there is an ice cream parlor dash my house. Which is the correct answer? Yes, you're right. There is an ice cream parlor near my house. Students, the first 4 sentences are over. Remaining 4 are there and 4 options are also there. You should try yourself. Okay, write neatly in grammar book. Students, now we are going to do the second exercise, that is fill in the blanks using adverbs formed by adding ly to the given adjectives. Students, look here, helping box is there. Inside, adjectives are given. Inside the helping box, they have given adjectives. Now what we should do now means after finding the correct answer, we should add ly. Then only it will become adverb. Okay, what you want to do means read the sentence properly and select the correct answer. After selecting the answer, we have to add ly to the answer. Then only it will become adverb. Okay, let us try the first one. Then you can easily understand. The first one, the father patted his son's back. What do you mean by patted? Patted means touching gently. Touching quickly and gently his son's back. Okay, the father patted his son's back dash. Okay, let us see the options. Sad? No. Angry? No. Noisy? Not the correct answer. Sudden? No. Proud? Yes. The father patted his son's back proud. But proud is not an adverb. So what we have to do now? We should add ly. The father patted his son's back proudly. Let's move to the second one. The pressure cooker's whistle blew. We know that a pressure cooker whistle means definitely it will make noise. So what is the answer? Noisy. But look at the last letter. The word noisy ends with y. If an adjective ends with the letter y, what we have to add? We should remove the last letter y and add ily. So the second answer is the pressure cooker's whistle blew noisily. And the third one, the driver applied the brakes dash. Applied the brake. So what is the answer? Sad? No. Angry? No. Already noise is left. Sudden? Yes. The driver applied the brake suddenly. Third answer is suddenly. And the fourth one, the passenger shouted at the taxi driver dash. Already we know that if we are shouting means definitely we are in angry mood. So the answer is angry, but not angry. We should add ly. And which letter we have to remove from the word angry? Yes, you're right. The letter y, because angry is an adjective. It ends with the letter y. It means we drop the letter y and add ily. The passenger shouted at the taxi driver angrily. Students, the first 4 sentences are over. Remaining you should try and write neatly. Students, now we are going to see the second type, that is adverbs of place. What do you mean by adverbs of place? Yes, it refers place. An adverb of place tells us where something happened. What do you mean by adverbs of place? It tells us the place where something happens or something happened. And it raises the question as where. Okay. And one more thing, some keywords are there. We can say keywords, or otherwise we can say these words as adverbs. Let us see what are they. Here, inside, down, there, everywhere, outside. We can say these words as keywords or adverbs. Let us see some examples of adverbs of place. Look here, the first one, they looked everywhere. What is the first example? They looked everywhere. Okay students, here verb is looked and the adverb is everywhere, because already I tell that adverbs of place tell us where something happened. They looked everywhere, and it raises the question as where did they look? Where did they look? They looked everywhere. So everywhere is an adverb of place. Let us move to the second one. It is raining outside. It is raining outside. Okay, the verb is raining and the adverb is outside, because it refers place that already I said that it tells us where something happened or happens. So in the given example, it is raining outside. We are telling that outside outside it is raining, so outside is an adverb. And the first example, everywhere is an adverb. Students, let's do the next exercise, that is underline the adverbs of place in these sentences. Circle the verbs that they modify. First of all, read the sentence properly and then circle the verb. Afterwards, underline the adverbs of place. Okay, you should underline the adverbs of place here. Already just now only we have learned adverbs of place. Okay, let us see the first one. My friend Swati lives upstairs. My friend Swati lives upstairs. Okay, first of all, find the verb in the first sentence. Find out the verb. Yes, you are right. The verb is lives. Verb is lives. So now underline the adverbs of place. Upstairs. Upstairs means it's an adverb of place. Okay, circle the verb lives and underline the adverb upstairs. Let's move to the second one. I left my bag there. I left my bag there. Okay, find out the verb here. Yes, verb is left, because left means past tense of leave. Okay, then find out the adverb of place. There, already we know that there is the keyword. Okay, there, underline the adverb of place. Let's move to the third one. Please leave the books here. Please leave the books here. Find out the verb. Just now only we have seen that left is the past tense of leave. Then verb is leave here. Circle the verb leave. Okay, next underline the adverbs of place. Yes, adverb is here. Here. So underline the word. Underline the adverb here. And the fourth one, your handkerchief is lying there. Your handkerchief is lying there. Okay, find out the verb is lying. Okay, circle the verb is lying and then underline the adverb there. Yes, you are right. Fourth answer is lying. The verb is lying and the adverb is there. Students, the first 4 sentences are over. Remaining you should try in your grammar book. Now we are going to see the third type, that is adverbs of time. What do you mean by adverbs of time? Time means it tells us when something happened. When, okay? Already we have seen adverbs of manner. It means the way or manner it tells. And the second type, adverbs of place. It means it tells us where. Place means where. Now adverbs of time. It tells us when. Okay, adverbs of time tell us when something happens. When something happens. What do you mean by adverbs of time? Adverbs of time tell us something about the time that something happens. Okay, let us see some keywords. Early, yesterday, soon, now, today, then. These are adverbs, or otherwise we can say that keywords of adverbs. Now let us see some examples of adverbs of time. Look at the first one. He came yesterday. He came yesterday. So in the given sentence, the verb is came. Okay, and the adverb is yesterday, because it raises the question as when did he come. When did he come? When. Let's look here. When. It raises the question when. So it represents the time. Okay. When did he come? He came yesterday. It tells the time. Yesterday is the adverb of time here. Let's move to the second one. I woke up early this morning. I woke up early this morning. The second one also, it tells us about the time. I woke up early. It means when. I woke up early. Here verb is woke and adverb is early. Already we have seen that early is the keyword. Early is the adverb. So The two sentences tells about the time when something happened or something happens or happened. Okay students, now let's do the exercise, that is underline the adverbs of time and circle the verbs they describe. So this is also related to the third exercise, that is underline the adverbs of time and circle the verbs. First of all, read the sentence properly and then circle the verb. Afterwards, underline the adverbs of time. Here you have to underline the adverbs of time only. Okay, let us see the first one. I injured my knee yesterday. I injured my knee yesterday. Okay, first of all, say the verb in the first sentence. Find out the verb. The verb is injured. So what we should do? You should circle the verb injured. Okay, next find out the adverbs of time. Yes, you're right. Yesterday. Yesterday means it tells us the time. So underline the adverbs of time. Underline the adverb of time here. Yesterday. Okay, let's move to the second one. Will you come to my house today? Will you come to my house today? Which is verb here? Come. Very well. We know that come is the verb. Okay. What about will? Already we have learned previous chapter. Will is also modal auxiliary verb. So you should circle two verbs here. One is will and another one is come. Okay. Now underline the adverb. Which is adverb here? Today. Okay. So circle the verbs will, come and underline the adverb today. Let's move to the third one. She will complete a painting tomorrow. When will she complete? Tomorrow. So tomorrow is the adverb. What you do? What do you want to do? Underline the adverb tomorrow and circle the verb will complete. Circle the verb will complete. Okay, let's do the fourth one. I visited New Delhi 2 weeks ago. So which is verb? Visited. So then what about adverb here? 2 weeks ago. It tells us time. 2 weeks ago means 2 weeks before. So underline the adverb. Circle the verb visited and underline the adverb 2 weeks ago. Remaining you should try in your grammar book. Do it neatly. Students, now we are going to see adverbs of frequency. What do you mean by adverbs of frequency? An adverb of frequency tells us how often something happens. What do you mean by adverbs of frequency? An adverb of frequency describes action that are repeated and they are usually used with verbs. What do you mean by adverbs of frequency? An adverb of frequency describes how often an action happens. There are 7 main adverbs of frequency that we use in our routine life. They are sometimes, always, never, once, often, seldom, rarely. Students, once again I am repeating. What do you mean by adverbs of frequency? And adverbs of frequency describe actions that are repeated and they are usually used with verbs. Students, let us see some examples. Look at the first one. She is always late. She is always late. Look at the second one. We usually go shopping on Saturday mornings. We usually go shopping on Saturday mornings. Look at the third one. We see them rarely. We see them rarely. Students, in the above sentences, always, usually and rarely, these are adverbs of frequency and they describe actions that are repeated and they are used with verbs. Already I told adverbs of frequency describes actions that are repeated and they are used with verbs. Students, let's do the exercise, that is underline the adverbs of frequency in these sentences. Also circle the verbs that they describe. First of all, read the sentences properly and then find out the verb. After finding the verb, underline the adverb of frequency. Okay, let's do the first one. Sometimes I pray in the temple. Sometimes I pray in the temple. This is the first sentence. Find out the verb in the first one. Yes, the verb is pray. It is an action word. Okay, so circle the verb pray. Now find out the adverb of frequency, that repetition, like that. Sometimes means it happens few times, so underline the adverb sometimes. Let's move to the second one. Shubh often plays games on his computer. First of all, what do you want to do? Yes, you're right. Find out the verb in the second sentence. Verb is plays. Plays means it is an action word. Okay, next find out the adverb. Adverb means often. Often means, already I said that, frequently. So underline the adverb often. Often is an adverb of frequency. Let's move to the third one. We should always speak the truth. So find out the verb. In the third sentence, two verbs are there. One is speak. Speak is an action word, we know very well. And another verb is should. Should is an auxiliary verb. So circle the two verbs should and speak. Okay, now let's underline the adverb, that is always. Always means forever. Okay students, the first three sentences are over. Remaining you should do in your grammar book. Do it neatly, don't be confused. Okay students, let's see the next exercise, that is fill in the blanks with the correct options. Students, here two options are given. One is adverb and another one is adjective. What we have to do now means we have to choose the correct answer. It means we have to choose the correct adverb, not adjective. We should choose the correct adverb and answer in the given empty dashes. Okay, let us see the first one. Manu smiled dash. Happy or happily? Which is adverb? Happily. Yes, because the word ended with ly and it gives more information about the verb smiled. So the first answer is happily. Let's move to the second one. The little boys ran dash on the field. Fastly or fast? No, you don't want to say fastly because fastly is not an adverb. Fast, already I said that exceptional cases are there. Fast can be used as adjective and adverb. Before noun, if you are using the word fast, it is an adjective. If you are using after verb, it is adverb. Okay, now we are going to use fast in the second one because the verb ran. After the verb ran, we are going to write adverb as fast because the little boys ran fast on the field. We are describing the verb ran. The little boys ran fast on the field. Fastly is not an adverb. Fast is an adverb. Let's move to the third one. We took the exam dash. We took the exam carefully. We took the exam carefully. Okay students, the first three are over. Remaining you should try in your grammar book. Students, now we are going to see degrees of comparison of adverbs. Already we know that the degrees of comparison, we have seen this topic in adjectives. In adjectives we have seen that they have three forms. One is positive, comparative and superlative. In adverb, in this topic adverb also, it has three forms of degree. One is positive degree, comparative degree and superlative degree. Already we know that positive means it do not compare. Comparative means it compare two things or two people. And superlative, it compares more than two. Okay, let us see how to form comparative and superlative degrees in the following ways. Adding ER and EST. To form comparative, we add ER. To form superlative, we should add EST. Okay, by using different words. For some words, we should add ER and EST. But for some words, we do not add ER and EST. Total word will be changed. For example, look here. Well is a positive degree. In comparative, we should use better. In superlative, we should use best. So this like we should follow. Let's move to the third one by adding more and most. In some exception cases are there, we should not add er and est. We should not change the entire word. Instead of that, we can add more to form comparative and most for superlative. Okay students, let us see some examples here. Rohit runs fast. Fast is a positive adverb. Okay. Sweta runs faster than Rohit. In the second sentence, we are comparing two persons. So it is comparative. Faster. Faster is a comparative form. And than is the keyword. Justin runs the fastest. It means we compare more than two. The fastest. When we are using est, the keyword is the. Okay students, this is one type of example. Now we are going to see second type of example. Look here. Amit plays football well. In the first one, well is a positive adverb. Second sentence, Amit plays better than Samir. Already we said that in comparative we should use better. Don't want to add er and est. We should use better for comparative. Of all the players in the school football team, Amit plays the best. In superlative, we should use best. Well is a positive adverb, better is a comparative adverb, and the best is the superlative adverb. This is the second type of. Now let us see the third type, that is Manu read the chapter carefully. We know very well that what is an adverb in the first one, carefully. So it is positive because we are not comparing, just telling that Manu read the chapter carefully. And next one, Joseph read the chapter more carefully than Manu. In the second one, that is comparative degree, but we used more before the adverb because it is a comparative degree. We are comparing two persons, so that's why we do not add er. Instead of that, we used more. And let's move to the third one. Tara read the chapter the most carefully of them all. Here we are comparing more than two. So that's why the superlative is most. The keyword is the most carefully of them all. So this is the third type of adverb. This is the third type of example used in adverb. Students, let us see the next exercise, that is underline the adverbs in these sentences and write whether they are of the positive, comparative or superlative degree. First of all, read the sentence properly and then find out the adverb. After finding the adverb, write whether the adverb is of positive, comparative or superlative degree. Let's do the first one. He spoke loudly. Find out the adverb. Yes, the adverb is loudly. Okay, what type of degree used in the first sentence? Yes, you are right, that is positive degree. Positive means we should not compare with anyone, just we are telling the information. So the first one is positive. Write the word positive in the given dash. Let's move to the second one. The puppy slept quietly in a corner. Okay, find out the adverb. Yes, the adverb is quietly. So what kind of degree is that? It is also positive degree because comparison, we do not compare with anyone. So it is a positive degree. And the third one, Archie jumped higher than Tom. So first of all, find out the adverb here. Yes, higher, H-I-G-H-E-R, higher, because comparisons happen. In the third one, we compare two persons. One is Archie and Tom. So this is comparative degree, and keyword than is also used. So the adverb is higher, and write the word comparative in the given dash. Students, remaining you should try in your grammar book. Students, in this chapter also you have an interesting activity, that is let us write. Vineet wants to have the same toys that his elder brother Vinod does. He has written a note to his father explaining why he does not like his old toys. Complete the note by using the phrases in the box. Students, some phrases are given. Phrases means a small group of words, okay? some phrases are given inside the box. With the help of these phrases, you should complete the given paragraph. First of all, read the paragraph. Afterwards, read the phrases and then write the correct answer in the given empty dashes. Okay, students, now we came to an end. It means recap corner. Now we are going to revise today's topic, that is adverbs. Okay, what do you mean by adverbs? Adverbs describe a verb. It means it tells us more about a verb, adjective, and other adverbs also. Okay, adverbs tell us how, where, when, and how often an action happens. It means adverbs of manner, adverbs of place, adverbs of time, and adverbs of frequency. It tells us how an action happens, where an action happens, when an action happens, how times an action happens. Okay, adjectives can be used to make comparison. It has three forms. One is positive, comparative, and superlative. We know that positive means no comparisons. Comparative means comparing two things or two objects, two things and two persons. Superlative means more than two. Students, today we have seen chapter number 18, adverbs in grammar. I hope you understood clearly. We will meet on next class with another topic. Thank you.